What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at how to remove malware with the new Windows Defender Offline. It's been updated and I've got a machine here that's infected. It's not booting up at all. It just gives me a black screen after the welcome screen here, but it has got some other infections on it. So what I'm going to do is try out the Windows Defender Offline. It's had a bit of a revamp and see how it fares to remove some stuff. Works in a little bit like Kaspersky, so we'll give it a fair go and see and run some other scans and see what it finds afterwards. So I'll just let this load up to the black screen here and you'll see what happens. And that's basically as far as it gets, and then it just gives me a black screen. So let's reboot the system into our Windows Defender Offline. Okay, so we're going to boot up our Windows Defender Offline. It's a new build, as you can see. It's got the Windows 8 part to it now. Now we'll let this scan up and then see what it finds, and hopefully it will allow us to boot up our machine once it's removed the infections. Now I'm not sure if it's going to remove everything, but hopefully it'll do a good job. Okay, I'm just going to quickly cancel that scan because I want to make sure that it's up to date. Okay, it says it's up to date, that's good. We can quarantine files if we wish. And also there's nothing in the settings that we need to worry about. I want to do a full scan here, so I'm just going to click on scan now. Now this will take some time depending on the size of the hard drive and how much stuff you have on it, but basically I'm just going to let this run through and I'll see you back once it's finished its scanning. Okay, so that's the scan now finished, and as you can see, Windows Defender Offline has detected 17 potential threats on the computer, which is quite good. So let's have a look at the details and find out where it's found these. Okay, so here we have some various different types here and some real nasty ones too, and it's detected them and removed them from the system, as you can see. It's removed these, and then you can show more details, and what you can do is click on this here and it will tell you the location of where they were, and you can see this was inside drivers. So this is a real nasty infection, and it's a .sys file. And we've got some here, and it's found some ones that I've actually downloaded, the RAR files. It's actually found those as well, and it's also deleted the executable. Again, it's found some ones in the recycle bin there, you can see, and zero access type of infection. And you can see it's found a bunch of stuff here. Just going to go through here. Okay, it's found some other stuff here hidden in a Komodo folder. That's funny because I don't have Komodo on that system, I don't think. Okay, then we've got some other infections here. So pretty much it's done a pretty good job so far, but has it done the business and saved us and got us back online and got our PC to boot back up? We'll only tell that once we reboot the system. Now that is the actual point of these types of scans, is really to try and remove as much as possible and then get the system to boot back up. Okay, and that's what we need to do, is actually get the system back up and running so we can then run other scans from the desktop. Okay, let's have a look here. Now we've got some nasty stuff there again in the temp folder, as you can see. It's detected all that stuff. There's a hoard of stuff there. Wow. Anyway, let's remove these from the system. They're all set to remove. I'm going to apply these actions. Okay, so that's all now been removed successfully. So let's reboot the system and see if Windows Defender Offline has done a good enough job to get this system to boot back up. So I'm going to close this off, remove the CD, okay, let's see if it loads in. Okay, so it's managed to now get to the desktop. You can see it's trying to, stuff is still on the system. So let me just get rid of this folder here. Okay, something's still running in there. So let's have a look at Malwarebytes here now and see what else is left on the system. Going to run a quick scan. Okay, so that's a scan now finished. It's now found 9 more infections on there. Okay, so it did find some stuff. Some of this is on the desktop, which was that one that was in that folder that I tried to delete here. But it's found some other stuff, Trojan downloaders and stuff. Registry keys mainly. There's a file here, it's found in program data. So not too bad really, but we managed to get the system back up and running, and that's what that Windows Defender Offline did. So let me just quickly remove these. I'm going to close this, quickly restart. Okay, so let's download Hitmanpro and then run that and see if there's anything left behind. So I'm going to go to Google here and then go to Hitmanpro's website, click on download, and there you are. You can see failed, virus scan failed, and it's probably to do with zero access or something like that. It's not allowing nothing down, something on the system that's blocking it. Okay, now let's try Internet Explorer. We'll download it on Internet Explorer. Let's try and run it straight off from here. It's not run. Try and download it to the desktop. And again, it's just blocking everything, okay? So what can we do to get around this? Well, if you've got a USB thumb drive with all your tools on it, you're okay. But if you haven't, then you can reboot into Kaspersky or something like that and then download the files from there and drop them onto your desktop so you can run them. So let's do that. So I'm just going to quickly restart the system. Okay, so I'm going to go into my antivirus. Let's just pick on say Kaspersky here. Let that load up. Okay, so here we are. This is why I prefer Kaspersky in this sense, is because it's got registry editor and also browser, and you can move around the system as well, and that's why I prefer this. But I just wanted to do a little review on that other one. So let's have a look at the browser here. So if we click on the browser now, I could run a scan with Kaspersky. So I'm just going to quickly open up a browser. And what I want to do here is go to Google. and download Hitmanpro. I'm going to download this, save as, and it's asking us where we want to save it. Now I want to save it to my C drive. Go users and then Britec and then desktop. I'm going to save it onto my desktop here. And that's done. Go back here. Let's do TDSSKILLER. Download this one. I'm going to download this to my desktop. There's a bit of faffing around, I know, but that's what malware removal is all about. And let's do Rogue Killer. Okay, I'm going to save this one also to the desktop. Bleeping computer here. So I want this service scanner. I'm going to download this one. I'm going to save that to my desktop. Okay, now we could literally run scans inside Kaspersky while we're here, but I'm just going to come out of this and reboot the system back to the desktop. And hopefully we'll have those on our desktop. Now you may be saying to yourself, what about if I haven't got Kaspersky Rescue CD and I can't download that either? Then you are going to start getting yourself into a real jam. Okay, so upon reboot we've now got the firewall alerting us that this wants to allow access to go out, and we're definitely not going to have none of that, so I'm going to cancel that because that's definitely something that's a bit moody. Okay, let's just give that a quick run. It's okay. Okay, now I can see master boot record sector 0. So we've got a master boot record virus here, so we need to sort this out. And you can see it's saying ignore because it probably can't deal with it. And there we have some other stuff coming up on there. Now this was supposed to have been detected by the other one, the other program. So we'll let this finish its scan here. Okay, it's finding 0 access now. Now that means that Windows Defender offline has absolutely skipped that and missed it. It found it and it couldn't deal with it. It said it was going to delete it and remove it, but it obviously couldn't do it. So for some reason it's still on the system, and that's why we're still getting issues right now. So in my opinion, that's a epic fail for Windows Defender offline. So what I'm going to do here is just go next here, let this finish its thing, and remove this, because it should have never missed all this stuff here. Some really nasty stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly cancel this one here. So that's Dragon setup file, that's to do with Komodo. They've got a lot. These have all got to come off, and you can see it's got ignore at the moment, but we'll deal with them in a second. Their browser stuff, Babylon, there's loads of nasty crap on there really. So what we're going to do here is run this. I'm going to leave this one here and deal with this with something like TDSSKILLER or something. So we'll just go next here. You can see it trying to delete the zero access. Do a quick reboot here. Okay, Hitmanpro wants to remove certain files from the system. Okay. See something up there that needs to be deleted. This thing keeps popping up. We'll deal with that in a second. Okay. So let's cancel this. Close it off. And let's delete that folder, which has now been gone. Right, let's have a look at TDSSKILLER here and run this. Now this should deal with that master boot record issue. Okay, there you can see it there. So what I'll do here is I'll leave this on cure, okay? And we'll go continue. And it wants to reboot, so we need to reboot to remove that from the system. Okay, so let's just run that once more. This thing's getting on my tits. Let's move this down. Okay, that's gone. Okay, so let's before we run, let's try Rogue Killer here, just to see what we can find. We've got a couple of bits popping up here, as you can see, and it's picked up that iam.exe, which is that thing that keeps coming up. It's picked up Yon2 as well. So we'll just do a scan here, and now it's found a bunch of stuff. So we'll just let this do its thing. Okay, that's now complete. And you can see here in processes, we've got some processes running here. We've got Yon2 desktop, got that iam.exe, which is to do with that box that keeps popping up, and some other bits and pieces here. Okay, got the registry files here, list of registry stuff, proxy DNS is clear, MBR's been fixed. So what I'm going to do here is click on delete and let that do its thing. It's going to replace and delete some files. Okay, and while we're at it, for good measure, I am going to fix the host file and proxy and DNS. Okay, so that's now done. So I just want to try that download again, see whether we fixed that issue where it wasn't allowing us to download. We need to remove this. Okay, so let's try Hitmanpro just for an argument's sake. and download that, and down the bottom left hand corner we should get a successful. There we go. So that's now been fixed, so we can now move on to something else. So what I want to do here is look at FSS to make sure our services are all okay. I'm just going to quickly run a quick scan here on these and see if there's any damage done to these, which sometimes happens with zero access and the like. So as you can see, these are okay here. Everything's hunky-dory there. That's all right. And this is okay here. Okay, so it's all good. So what I want to do now is get rid of some of this stuff on the desktop here that we don't need anymore. I'm going to run ADW cleaner here. Do a quick search. And you can see it's found loads of stuff all related to Yon2 and all that other junk that was on the system. Babylon, loads of other stuff, and this will all be removed, and this will all be removed once we do the delete part. Okay, so let's close this off and click on delete, click OK here, and let this take, it takes its time. It looks like it's hung, but it hasn't. It's just deleting a lot of stuff. Okay, that's now complete. Okay, let's restart it quickly. I'm going to run this now. Okay, let's finish that off. Okay, so I think we're winning a battle here. So let's have a look at the UVK here. I'm just going to have a look at the auto run manager here and see if there's anything inside here that needs to be removed. There's not much in here, but this one definitely needs to be removed. That's the one that kept popping up on the screen. Let's just delete that there. Okay. Okay, that's good enough there. So let's do an online scan here just to make sure everything is clean. So I'm just going to open this up. Okay, so let's go here and let's do oh, that's a misspelling there. There we go. So I'm going to do Bitdefender online scan first and then have a look at ESETs. I'm going to quickly scan now, add this to my Google Chrome. Okay, so it's good news. We found no active infections on your PC. That was very quick. But I'm not going to just take that word for it. I want to go for ESET as well. So I'm just going to do ESET here. And we'll run this one as well, just to make sure. We can now close the back page of that off and that off. Scan archives. I'm going to put these in. And I think we'll run a start on that, and it's going to download the signature database and then run a scan. Okay, that's the scan nearly finished. And as you can see, it's found 35 infected files, but some of these may be false positives because of the files that I've been using to remove stuff. Sometimes these get flagged as viruses, but they're false positives, so we'll just let that finish. Okay, that's the scan nearly finished now. As you can see, it's found 35 infection files there, but some of these may be false positives because of the types of programs I've used to remove stuff, but some of them may well be infected files. So we'll let that do its thing, and then we'll do the rest of the removal process. So you always want to use as many different programs as possible to try and root out any left behinds or any remnants that may have been missed by other programs. No one program will remove every single virus, so you need to use multiple programs. Okay. Now, someone said to me the other day that it's not worth doing virus removal, you may as well just format. Well, sometimes it's impossible to format because of the client's PC may have loads of programs on it that they want to keep, so you'd sometimes have to work through it. Okay, so let's have a look at these now. It's going to list the threats here. Okay, you can see it's inside Browser Protect, and you've got loads of stuff in there that is, you can see, temporary internet files. It's that file there in the temp files, so we can clean out the temp files, which I will do right near the end. But we go through these here, you can see recycle bin, multiple threats there, and I need to remove some of these ones. You can see these are actual real threats, they're not actual. This one's in a downloads folder, which is in a RAR folder. So I'm going to go back here, and what I want to do here is delete quarantine files, and you can uninstall the application on close if you wish. I'm just going to finish that and leave it there. We'll close that off. Okay, let's empty this recycle bin out. I'm going to do a quick scan with CCleaner here, just to clean off any stuff. Just make sure this is not set to anything extreme there. Okay, that's okay. So I'm just going to quickly analyze and then run cleaner. Okay, that's now cleaned up. So what I want to do next is just have a quick look with System Inspector. This is an ESET program. This will just show me what's running, what's critical on the system, and just have a look at that quickly. Okay, let's just let this run. Okay, so here we have ESET's System Inspector, and you can see the running processes here. Nothing to worry about here. Okay, you can see these normally show up red if there's anything that's suspicious. But you can go through these with a fine-tooth comb and find out what's going on with your network, what's going in and out of your network connections and stuff like that. But pretty much everything's looking okay here as far as I can see. Auto starts. Go through this, open this up a little bit here, and you just let's have a look there. So you get the unknowns coming up sometimes. Couple of little bits and pieces, nothing major really, but pretty much I think we broke the back of it. Just needs a bit of mopping up and tidying up, and we should be good to go. But other than that, I think I'm going to call this one done. No critical files here as such, apart from these, which are okay. They're unknown, they're not critical. Other than that, I think that's a done deal. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, hit that subscribe button and show your support by rating and favouring all my videos. I'll be making more useful videos again in the future. So thanks again, guys, and thanks for your